Hey, thanks for joining me. So today is another special video. We are going to be going through the Delta hiring process and sample questions. So I reached out to two hiring managers from Delta to really understand the hiring process. This was a question that I received from a lot of people watching my videos because they wanted to understand the Delta hiring process and what to expect. It's one thing that you prepare for the interview by going over the sample questions and obviously preparing answers, but it's another thing understanding what happens before that. So I've put together this quick video just giving you an overview of the actual process, and then we'll jump into about 13 sample questions that will be asked that were provided by the hiring managers. And then I'm going to give you towards the end of this video a link where you can download my official guide where I have not only these 13 questions but an additional, I think, either 15 or 16 questions, so altogether 29 questions. Okay, so let's get started. So it's the Delta hiring process and sample questions. So number one, the hiring process starts with the online application. So you'll be asked some personal information, which has to do with your name, date of birth, where you live. You'll also be asked about your education, your work experience. Now, remember what I received from the hiring managers in terms of what they require. You don't need previous flight attendant experience. Flight attendant experience is not required. You can be a flight attendant previously, or you can be someone that has no experience whatsoever. I guess what they're looking for is more of a customer service foundation. They will ask you questions about how you handle certain situations when it comes to customers. You're going to see that in a bit later on in this video and also in some of the questions there. So that's something to keep in mind. You're also going to be asked during the application process, which is online, about your travel availability and your working hours. Are you comfortable traveling frequently? Because that is a huge requirement for Delta Airlines. If you have an issue traveling and staying away from your family, then being a flight attendant is not the way to go, just because you will be away from your family quite a bit. And your working hours, you won't have a set schedule. You will have different types of schedules all over. Sometimes you'll be working overnight. Sometimes you'll be working during the day for majority of weeks. Sometimes you will be on a schedule where you'll be working 3 days on, 4 days off, or 4 days on, 3 days off. So that's something to keep in mind. And they want to make sure before you go to the next step that this is something that you are aware of. And if you do have an issue with this, then right away you'll be eliminated from the application process, because they want to get rid of the fluff. They don't want to hire somebody and then later on find out that that person has an issue with the travel requirements and the working hours. Okay? If you pass the online application, so about 1 to 2 weeks later, you will receive an email confirming that the application has been received and being reviewed. So they get a lot of applications. So you can't expect them to view your online application submission within a day or two. Sometimes it takes about a week. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks, because you got to remember it's layered the way it comes in. So first come, first serve. So it takes about a week to two. Just remember that. So if you don't hear anything back within a day or two, not to worry. As long as it shows that it's being reviewed, it will show in the online portal that your application is being reviewed. That's the main thing you're looking for. After that, you will be invited, if they like what they saw on your application, you will be invited for a pre-recorded video interview. This is missing the human aspect of it. So it's something that you will be given a link to a platform, and you sit in front of your computer and you answer questions, but it's a video recording. So there's nobody actually on the other side who's interviewing you. It's a video recording, so you will be asked a few questions. They want to see how you present yourself. From what I heard from the hiring manager, make sure you dress to impress. Remember, even though it's a video interview, you want to dress like you're sitting with somebody face to face about to interview, because they will be looking for your mannerisms. They'll be looking for the way you answer, your eye contact. So that's something to keep in mind during your video interview. So if you pass all 3 different levels of the application, so the online application, the review process of the online application, and your video interview, you will be invited to the Delta head office for an in-person interview. This is in Atlanta, Georgia. They will pay for accommodations, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so you will be invited for an interview at the head office, and at the head office, you'll be at a round table with other applicants who have been invited in for an interview. Now, just to let you know, during this process, you will have a day-to-day schedule, which means you will have some group activities, and then out of the group activities, you will be invited for a one-on-one interview. And after the one-on-one interview, you will be asked questions that are situational, behavioral, and competency based. Okay, so those are the type of questions you really want to focus on. All right, so once this is done, most likely you are given a decision that same day, from what I hear, unless they have several applications that they were very impressed with, then it may take a day or two. But from what I hear, as the day goes on, the group will get smaller and smaller and smaller. Sometimes that's the route they take, or sometimes what they do is they let you know at the end of the day, or sometimes what they do is they'll contact you in a day or two. So what I'm going to do now is I did compile a list of about 29 questions that were provided to me from some of the people that were interviewed that I reached out on LinkedIn, as well as the hiring manager. So these are the questions you will be asked. So we're going to hop into the video. These are 13 here. So at the end of this video, you will also get a link where you can download the remainder of the questions. Now, all I ask in return is that you donate to my channel, buy me a cup of coffee, $3 minimum, to whatever you feel is generous. Let's hop into the sample questions. Question number 1. Can you tell me about your work background? The interviewer asks this question to assess your relevant experience, transferable skills, and how your work history aligns with the responsibilities of a Delta Airlines flight attendant. They want to understand your customer service abilities, teamwork, and problem-solving skills, as well as your adaptability in a fast-paced, people-focused environment. First, let's explore a sample answer for someone with airline experience. I've been working as a flight attendant for the past 3 years with XYZ Airlines, where I focused on providing exceptional customer service to passengers on domestic and international flights. My role included ensuring passenger safety, resolving in-flight issues, and creating a welcoming atmosphere, which helped improve customer satisfaction scores. Prior to that, I worked in hospitality as a front desk agent, where I refined my communication and problem-solving skills. I've developed a strong ability to remain calm under pressure, connect with people from diverse backgrounds, and manage challenging situations efficiently, all qualities I'm excited to bring to Delta Airlines. Now here's a sample answer for someone without airline experience. My background is in the hospitality industry, where I've worked for 5 years as a hotel concierge and event coordinator. In these roles, I developed my customer service skills, learned to stay calm under pressure, and manage multiple priorities to ensure a seamless guest experience. I also worked closely with diverse teams and handled customer concerns with empathy and professionalism. Although I haven't worked as a flight attendant before, I believe my strong interpersonal skills, adaptability, and dedication to creating positive experiences for others make me a great fit for the role at Delta Airlines. Question number 2. Tell us about a time you turned a negative customer experience into a positive one. Delta Airlines prioritizes exceptional customer service, and this question helps assess your ability to handle challenging situations with professionalism and empathy. They want to see how you resolve issues, turn conflicts into opportunities, and leave customers feeling valued and satisfied. During my time working as a retail associate, a customer approached me visibly upset because the item they purchased was defective and they felt the return process had been unclear. I calmly listened to their concerns without interrupting them and empathized with their frustration. I apologized sincerely and explained how I could assist them right away. I expedited the return, offered them a replacement, and provided a small discount on their next purchase as a gesture of goodwill. The customer left smiling and even thanked me for resolving the issue quickly and professionally. Later, they left a positive review mentioning my name. This experience taught me that empathy, clear communication, and swift action can turn a negative situation into a positive and even build customer loyalty. Question number 3. Tell us about a time that you had to change your approach to meet the needs of a customer. Interviewers ask this question to assess your adaptability, customer service skills, and ability to personalize solutions. Delta Airlines values flexibility and customer centricity, so they want to see how you handle diverse customer needs and adjust your approach to provide a positive experience. While assisting a first-time homebuyer, I encountered a situation where I had to adapt my usual process to meet the client's unique needs. She wasn't comfortable using computers and struggled with submitting required documents. electronically. To accommodate her, I scheduled multiple in-person meetings, carefully organizing them around her availability. During each session, I explained the steps we would cover and walked her through the process in a way that made her feel confident and informed. I provided printed copies of documents, helped her complete them, and ensured everything was submitted correctly and on time. As a result, she successfully obtained loan approval and was able to purchase her first home. She later shared that she had tried twice before with other agents but had been unsuccessful due to her challenges with technology. She thanked me for my patience and for making what felt like an impossible task achievable. This experience reinforced the value of tailoring my approach to ensure every customer feels supported and empowered. Question number 4. If a customer had their chair reclined fully before pre-flight and was irate and didn't want to comply, how would you handle the situation and why? The interviewer asks this question to assess your ability to handle conflict calmly, enforce safety regulations, and maintain professionalism under pressure. They're looking for a solution-focused approach that ensures compliance without escalating the situation, as passenger safety and satisfaction are key priorities for Delta Airlines. If a customer had their chair fully reclined before pre-flight and was irate about complying, I would first approach the situation with empathy and a calm demeanor. I would explain that the chair needs to be upright for safety reasons, emphasizing how it ensures everyone's well-being during takeoff. If the passenger remained upset, I'd acknowledge their frustration, assure them I understand their concern, and politely restate the requirement. If needed, I would offer a small gesture, like checking in on their comfort once we're in the air, to show I care about their experience. If they still refused, I would notify the purser or the captain to handle the situation according to Delta's procedures, ensuring compliance without compromising safety or the experience of other passengers. Now, this response is so powerful because it demonstrates emotional intelligence, adherence to policy, and a customer-centric approach aligning with Delta's values. Question number 5. Tell me about a time when you did something nice for a customer or passenger. Delta Airlines prioritizes exceptional customer service, and this question helps the interviewer assess your ability to create positive experiences for passengers. It also evaluates your empathy, problem-solving skills, and willingness to go above and beyond, essential traits for representing Delta's brand. During a flight on a previous job, I noticed a passenger traveling alone who appeared visibly anxious. I introduced myself, reassured them, and asked if there was anything specific I could do to help. They mentioned a fear of flying, so I took a few extra moments to explain the flight process, answer their questions, and check in with them regularly throughout the flight. Toward the end, they thanked me for making their experience much more comfortable and said it was the first time they felt at ease on a plane. It was rewarding to know that a little extra care made such a big difference. This response showcases empathy, attentiveness, and initiative, all of which align with Delta's emphasis on delivering a customer-first experience. Question number 6. Tell me about a time when you saw your coworker not doing their task and what you did about it. This question helps the interviewer evaluate your teamwork skills, ability to address conflicts, and commitment to maintaining high standards. They want to know if you can handle sensitive situations professionally while supporting the team and ensuring tasks are completed effectively. In a previous role, I noticed a coworker who wasn't completing their assigned portion of a project, which was delaying the overall progress. I approached them privately to understand if there was an issue, and they shared that they were struggling to manage their workload due to a personal matter. I offered to help by taking on a few smaller tasks to ease their burden while encouraging them to speak with our manager about redistributing their responsibilities. This approach allowed us to keep the project on track without creating tension and demonstrated the importance of open communication and teamwork. Question number 7. Tell me about a time that you had a disagreement with a coworker. Delta Airlines is looking for team players who can handle conflicts constructively. This question assesses your interpersonal skills, emotional intelligence, and ability to resolve disagreements without disrupting the workplace dynamic, which is critical in a team-oriented environment like Delta's. In my previous role, A coworker and I had differing opinions on how to prioritize a high-stakes project. I preferred a step-by-step approach, while they wanted to tackle multiple parts simultaneously. I initiated a conversation to understand their perspective and shared my concerns about potential errors with multitasking. Together, we found a compromise. We divided the tasks into manageable chunks and assigned responsibilities based on our strengths. In the end, the project was completed ahead of schedule with great feedback from our manager. This experience taught me the importance of clear communication and finding solutions that respect everyone's input. Question number 8. Tell us about a time your priorities were changed and when you had to change direction immediately. This question assesses your ability to adapt to unexpected changes, prioritize tasks under pressure, and maintain a calm, professional demeanor in dynamic situations. For a role at Delta Airlines, flexibility and quick thinking are crucial, as the airline industry often involves last-minute adjustments to schedules, passenger needs, and operational challenges. In my previous role as a customer service representative, we experienced a sudden system outage during peak hours. Just as I was preparing to finish a time-sensitive report, management immediately shifted priorities, instructing everyone to focus on assisting customers manually. I quickly set aside the report, gathered the necessary tools, and collaborated with my team to organize a streamlined process for handling passenger requests and rescheduling. It was challenging but rewarding to see how we worked together under pressure. Once the system was restored, I stayed late to complete the report and ensure nothing fell through the cracks. This experience taught me the importance of flexibility and teamwork in navigating unexpected situations effectively. Question number 9. Tell us about a time that you had to step in and make a critical decision to solve a customer's needs. The interviewer asks this question to assess your decision-making skills, ability to prioritize customer needs, and how you remain calm under pressure. They want to see if you can think critically and act decisively in a way that aligns with company values, even in challenging situations. In my previous role as a retail supervisor, a customer was upset because the product they needed urgently for a special event was out of stock. I quickly checked our inventory system and realized the item was available at a nearby location. To save them the trip, I called the other store, arranged for the product to be transferred, and ensured it arrived at our store the same day. I also kept the customer updated throughout the process and offered a small discount for their inconvenience. The customer left satisfied and even shared positive feedback about their experience. This situation taught me the importance of staying resourceful and proactive when solving customer issues. Question number 10. Delta has strict guidelines on ethics, honesty, and integrity. What are your personal values in regard to these things? Delta places a high value on ethics, honesty, and integrity because these qualities are essential for maintaining trust, safety, and professionalism in the airline industry. The interviewer wants to understand if your personal values align with Delta's commitment to upholding these standards in daily operations and customer interactions. My personal values are deeply rooted in honesty, respect, and accountability. I believe that integrity is about doing the right thing even when no one is watching, and I strive to live by that in both my personal and professional life. For example, in my previous role, I once discovered a minor mistake in a customer's transaction after they had left. I immediately reached out to correct it because I value transparency and fairness. I understand that in an industry like aviation, where safety and trust are paramount, upholding ethical standards is non-negotiable. I am committed to acting with integrity in every situation and ensuring my actions reflect positively on the team and the company. Question number 11. What do you bring to Delta that other applicants do not? This question helps the interviewer assess your unique qualities, skills, or experiences that set you apart from other candidates. They want to understand how your contributions will align with Delta's goals and culture, highlighting why you would be a valuable asset to the team. I bring a unique combination of adaptability and proactive problem-solving skills that I've developed in fast-paced environments. In my previous role as a customer service team lead, I implemented a streamlined workflow that reduced service delays by 15%, significantly improving customer satisfaction scores. What sets me apart is my ability to remain calm under pressure while finding creative solutions to challenges. I'm passionate about fostering a positive experience for both customers and colleagues, and I believe my commitment to collaboration and innovation aligns perfectly with Delta's reputation for excellence. Question number 12. Tell us about a time when you witnessed a coworker or colleague breaking the rules or acting in a dishonest or unprofessional manner. What was the situation? What actions did you take and what were the results? Delta Airlines values integrity, teamwork, and professionalism. This question evaluates your ability to handle ethical dilemmas, make responsible decisions, and maintain professionalism under pressure, all crucial qualities for ensuring safety and trust in aviation operations. At my previous job, I noticed a colleague taking shortcuts during pre-shift equipment checks, skipping steps that were critical for safety. I knew this posed potential risks, so I calmly approached them and explained why those steps were non-negotiable. They dismissed my concerns, so I reported the matter to our supervisor while ensuring operations continued safely that day. The supervisor addressed the issue through additional training and reinforced accountability within the team. Afterward, I saw an improvement in their behavior and adherence to protocols. I felt good knowing I prioritized safety and upheld the standards expected of our team. This experience taught me the importance of addressing issues promptly and professionally, always focusing on solutions that protect the team and customers. And finally, here's the last question. Question number 13. Tell us about a time when you worked on a team with someone who did not do his or her share of the work. What was the situation? What actions did you take, and what were the results? Interviewers want to assess your ability to handle teamwork challenges, particularly when conflicts arise or others are not contributing equally. They are looking for examples that demonstrate your problem-solving skills, communication style, and ability to maintain professionalism while ensuring team success. At my previous job, I was part of a team responsible for organizing a major client presentation. One teammate consistently missed deadlines, which put the project at risk. Instead of blaming them, I spoke to them privately to understand the issue and found they were struggling with time management due to competing priorities. I offered to redistribute some tasks and also provided a checklist to help us stay on track. The result was a collaborative effort where everyone contributed, and the presentation went smoothly. This experience taught me the importance of addressing issues directly but with empathy, which helps maintain team cohesion while achieving goals. Great, so those were the 13 interview questions, okay? So what I've done is I put together this guide in PDF format that you could download. Just want to quickly go through it. So here are the questions. You start with the question, how to answer them, as well as a sample answer for each. Some of the questions actually have, towards the bottom, why the response is so powerful. So for example, number 4, this response demonstrates emotional intelligence, adherence to the policy, and customer-centric approach aligning with Delta's values. So you're going to see this quite a bit here. So we've covered the 13 questions already. But now what we can continue to do is go all the way down to 29. So I've added a total of 29, so an additional 15 or so questions here. As well as, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now, which will be kind of the ending. Question number 29, do you have any questions for me or for us? I've also provided some questions you can ask the Delta Airlines hiring staff. I've put the link at the bottom of this video. You can download it. All I ask, again, is that you donate to the channel. Buy me a cup of coffee. Donate something like $3. It'll really be helping me out. Remember, you get one shot at your interview. You want to ace your interview. This guide will definitely lay the foundation for you and give you everything you need to be prepared. Thanks very much for watching my video. Don't forget to download the guide. Have yourself a wonderful day. Good luck.